Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got Lanny and Bert here, the Dividend Diplomats. We've got another exciting video about dividend increases and dividend news from the week.
You know the drill. Smash that subscribe button. Give Bert and I a thumbs up. Turn it blue. It takes 2 to 3 seconds. Is it blue? You got it? You did it? Thank you, because we appreciate it as we try to drive the subscriber growth up and try to reach the millions and millions of dividend investors out there so we can help you on your journey to financial freedom. And Bert said it best. We've got another big week of dividend news and dividend increases from the week of December 7th that we want to talk to you about right now.
So what we've noticed over the last few weeks and over the last few months even is dividend increases are back.
They're back, baby.
Yeah, so what does that mean? During 2020, we saw a lot of companies cut, suspend their dividend, or just not announce that dividend increase. 2020, not so much anymore, people. So what we're seeing at the end here is that companies are starting to increase that dividend once again.
And even on top of that, I invest on Ally Investing's platform, and they even sent me a message that, hey, dividend investing is back. Dividend growth has really resumed. And gosh, over the last 3 to 5 weeks, it has been positive dividend news week after week after week, as this kid gets a little bit of a strain in his neck from all the dividend news that's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming in fast and furious, and that is why we are so pumped to sit down every week and talk to you and just recap the news, because it catches us by surprise. Sometimes we miss them even when we're texting each other. So we want to bring it to you so you don't miss a dividend increase in your portfolio, because you should celebrate seeing your passive income increase the same way we do.
Now, this week of December 7th through December 11th, we're going to try to quickly, but in a detailed format, go over 8 dividend increases that happened. Now, that's a lot to cover in one video, but we're going to try to do it so that you're not here for 20 to 30 minutes. We're going to try to do it quick, efficient, and give you the news that you need about the dividend stocks.
Yeah, and it's appropriate that there are 8 dividend increases we're announcing because it's Hanukkah, everybody. Happy Hanukkah to all my fellow Jewish, my fellow tribesmen and our Jewish following out there. So we have 8 crazy dividend increases for 8 crazy nights. So like Lanny said, let's jump right in, people. Let's get these going.
And I am Catholic, so we get the one day on Christmas.
Yeah,
so hopefully it's big that day too.
And we have a surprise coming for you around that time as well.
What is it?
We're not going to tell you, but let's just say we've talked for months about a certain video that we've been teeing up and getting ready. So we have a nice little holiday surprise. So stay tuned, follow our channel, and get ready right around Christmas.
So 8 dividend stocks made dividend headline news this past week of December 7th. And they were big, they were hot, they were heavy.
Yeah, this first one is the hottest and the heaviest of them all.
They are a dividend aristocrat.
Yeah, and this is going to be fun because this dividend increase is putting them knocking on the door of becoming a dividend king. Because this week, Abbott Laboratories, ticker symbol ABT, announced their 49th consecutive dividend increase. But the good news does not stop there. Lanny, what % dividend increase was it?
Well, there is no decimal point error here. It was a 25% dividend increase by Abbott Labs.
Fantastic stuff right there. Like we said, that's a huge increase in your passive income. Your dividend income, if you are an Abbott shareholder, congratulations, because you saw a nice jump in your dividend income.
Usually dividend growth doesn't happen that big, that heavy, but Abbott Labs said, we got you covered. Yeah. They went from 36 cents to 45 cents.
Yeah, they spun off AbbVie, and AbbVie announced another strong dividend increase earlier in the year. So Abbott was just like, hey, you're not beating us anymore. We spun you off for this reason. 25% it is.
Now, that was the first pharmaceutical company that had an increase. Now comes 2, the coronavirus vaccine, FDA emergency approval, Pfizer, ticker symbol PFE. And we just told you that they were coming with an increase. We wrote about that increase coming. And guess what?
They delivered.
They delivered. USPS learned from Pfizer and delivered the package that we're looking for.
Yeah, because Pfizer, even after their spinoff of their joint venture, still said we're increasing our dividend in there. And that was huge news because the company has increased their dividend for 10 consecutive years. This is actually number 11 right now. And it was questionable, at least in my mind, not Lanny's, my mind, that it could happen in a future time because of the spinoff. But they said, Bert, you're wrong. Get out of here. We're going to keep going like normal.
Yeah, Pfizer took a right down, dividend lane. made a left at, the consecutive 11 years of Dividend Corner, and they checked themselves into the Dividend Growth Rate Hotel, and they said, Bert, you're a jabroni, we're coming with the dividend increase, and they went from 38 cents to 39 cents. Usually they do 2 cents, but they went with the 1 cent increase, 2.6%, not bad. Not, as Bert said, some may not have expected it, but Pfizer came in with a 2.6% dividend increase. And more than likely, come Q2 of 2021, we'll see some changes because of that spin-off with Upjohn and Mylan come Q2 2021.
Yeah, so Lanny, when Pfizer checked into Dividend Growth Hotel, how did they put their deposit down?
You're not going to catch me on that one, Bert.
Because
it doesn't matter how they did it.
No, that was actually not where I was going with that one. Did they use a Visa, or did they use the third company that announced dividend news this week, MasterCard? Sorry, not the best segue. I'm working on it. I should have gone with The Rock like Lanny said.
So that third stock that announced big dividend news is MasterCard. What's the ticker symbol, Bert?
Their ticker symbol is MA.
Now, what did you call in your dividend increase video and article? How much were they going to do MasterCard? What did you say?
I said it was going to be a 10% dividend increase.
And what was it?
10%. So a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. So I was happy to say that MasterCard announced that 10% increase.
Bert just said that he is a blind squirrel.
I am. Get it right every once in a while. So that's the fun of this dividend increase and projection game that Lanny and I do in our monthly series here. We just have some fun, we guess them, and it just happened that I was right on the money here for MasterCard.
So that was the third dividend stock, Abbott, Pfizer, and MasterCard. The fourth stock is another healthcare-based company, Bristol Myers Squibb. Ticker symbol?
BMY. This was another company we featured in our monthly dividend increase article and video. Their dividend increase is actually pretty strong. I was pleasantly surprised by it. They announced an 8.9% increase in their dividend.
From 45 cents to 49 cents.
Yeah, so they didn't quite get to 50 cents, but hey, 8.9% is fantastic for all the shareholders.
They're probably just setting themselves up for next year.
So dividend stock number 5, this one was truly a surprise. This one was out of left field for me. Lanny caught this one as he was just scrolling through the news and sent me one of the more exciting texts of, holy crap, look what Campbell's Soup did here. Lanny, why don't you share the news?
So Campbell's Soup, ticker symbol CPB, came with a dividend increase this year. The funny part about them is that it's almost like they have a track record. Every 4 years, they may send an increase to the shareholders' way. And that's what they did this holiday season. Campbell's Soup, instead of giving you just the chicken noodle, they said, we're going to give you a little dividend increase there.
Yeah, Donovan McNabb's mom threw some nice chunks into those Campbell Chunky Soup right there for you shareholders, so enjoy that.
So they announced a 6% dividend increase for all those Campbell's Soup shareholders out there. Congratulations, eat your soup, tastes so good during the winter time. And hopefully the dividend increase tastes even better. Yeah,
so dividend stock number 6, we are cruising through these dividend increases because, man, I need to take a step back. This has all been such fantastic news here. We are excited, and we're going to keep going north of the border here up into Canada for one of the Canadian dividend growth investor community's favorite dividend stocks.
What was that dividend stock that we talked about during that video?
Enbridge, ticker symbol ENB. The company announced a very modest 3.1% increase in their dividend, but they're in the oil sector. They work in that arena, so not terrible in that mind, because oil has had quite the journey in 2020.
And and on top of that, ENB already has an extremely high dividend yield, so them coming with the 3% plus banger right there was pretty strong for your dividend portfolio.
Yeah, they're raising one up on AT&T, who we featured in our video released a few days ago.
So now, dividend stock number 7, lucky number 7. Again, we've talked about Abbott, we've talked about Pfizer, MasterCard, Bristol Myers, Campbell's Soup, Enbridge. Stock number 7 is WP Carey. Yeah. Ticker symbol WPC.
Yeah, and what we're going to see with these last 2 stocks we feature is we're heading down into the REIT arena here, to where these companies typically just slowly but steadily increase their dividend. WPC has also been a darling of the online dividend growth community, as a lot of dividend investors have purchased shares over the last few years. The increase wasn't large. In fact, it was a very small dividend increase. It was a nice 0.2% increase.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. Well, that's because they increased throughout the year, similar to the last company we'll talk about. Again, They're a very strong dividend stock that increases throughout the year, and you kind of add all the growth rates together, and then WP Carey rounds out to a better growth rate than what 0.2% resembles.
It'll get you there.
So, last but definitely not least, they may be 8th on this list, but they could be number 1 in your dividend investing hearts. And Bert loves this company. I love
do.
them.
Yeah, they are in the REIT arena, but there's one unique thing about them to all of the other dividend REITs out there. They are a dividend aristocrat.
And they just became one this year.
Yeah, Realty Income, ticker symbol O, increases their dividend on a quarterly basis. So every quarter you can expect that dividend increase from Realty Income. And finally, they have increased it enough times to cross that 25-year consecutive dividend increase threshold and wear that crown of dividend aristocrat.
Now, they increased similar to WP Carey, a nice 0.2% increase. And when you add up all the growth rates that they've had this year, they are north of 3% on the growth rate this year. So, above average, almost 2 times inflation. And again, they're a darling REIT that pays you not quarterly, but they pay you monthly. And we consider them
one of our favorite dividend growth stocks.
Yeah, and you could be a landlord without being a landlord, collecting that monthly check.
Yep, it's great and it's easy. You don't need to have the headaches of being a landlord. You can just wake up, collect that monthly rent check from Realty Income.
So there you have it, 8 dividend growth stocks announcing great dividend news here this past week of December 7th. We had Abbott at 25%, Pfizer coming right next with a nice 2.6% increase, MasterCard, ching, 10% coming your way, and then Bristol Myers Squibb at 8.9% for number 4.
Yeah, Campbell's had that unexpected periodic dividend increase of 6%. Enbridge had a nice solid 3.1%. And then in the REIT corner, you had WPC with that 0.2% dividend increase, and our favorite, Realty Income, another 0.2% dividend increase as well.
So there you have it. As a dividend investor, it's about dividend growth and dividend increases. You want your income to grow by owning valuable companies that increase earnings and increase that dividend payout, because that'll help you on that journey to financial freedom and why it's one of the best forms of passive income for you.
And these are only 8 companies. There are a lot of other companies out there that have announced dividend increases. So if we missed one and there was an increase you received, please share it in the comments section. We want to know as many companies that have increased their dividend as we can. So every little bit helps. So thank you.
And what is your favorite one out of these 8? How many do you own? How many do you want to own? Share it down in the comments below.
Yeah, I own 2 of them. How many do you own, Lanny?
Sadly, I only own 2 of them as well.
So, hey, 25%. Let us know if you beat us on this list this week.
Again, if you haven't already, please turn it blue. Give us a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. Smash the subscribe button so you can get all of our videos coming out as we release them on our channel. This is Bert and Laney from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.